Welcome back to Wistoria, guys. It's me, Irvin, with another anime first impression video. This is going to be on one that I was a little bit blindsided when it comes to it actually being better than what I thought it was going to be. Don't think it's going to get a lot of love, but I still think it's one that is worth talking about. I think as of right now, there's 3 episodes out. So it already has a head start. You guys can watch more than 1 episode already out. I'm late on it. I remember when it aired, I saw it and I didn't really think much about it. I read the synopsis actually, and I thought it's gonna be just another world dungeon exploration series, and at the end of the day, yeah, it kind of is, but there's some specialness to it. It has like the shonen magic, and I'll talk about that in just a second, but it was a good first episode. Before anything, guys, if you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. I do have quite a bit of stuff releasing this week, so I'll try my best to release it all the first impressions ending this Sunday, and then I'm already posting regular postings, so you should be watching probably some mangas and anime reviews and first impression videos from older series here already, so more of those to come. Today is probably, this one is probably releasing on Thursday or Friday, so yeah, there'll be probably 2 videos on those days as well, so go check those out. I do appreciate all of the support, and let's talk about this series. So this is Wistoria Wand and Sword. Wistoria Wand and Sword, I don't know why I said it like that. It is an other world, kind of like a dungeon exploration adventure series. If you're all into all that with a little bit of magic, obviously, because it's dungeon, you probably will enjoy this series. It is also the type of series where you have a character who is powerless but strives so hard that he is actually very powerful. Reminds you of something? Yeah, that's the shonen magic. A lot of shonen good series start like that, where we have a character who is pretty much weak, and because of his hard work, because of his thrive. Anyways, they become one of the best and OP characters of the series. One Piece is like that. Black Clover is like that. We see a little bit of that in Naruto. We see a little bit of that in other series like Hunter x Hunter and stuff like that. We don't see it in Dragon Ball. Well, we do see it kind of in some characters, but not the main character. Main character's kind of OP from the beginning. But anyways, It is a shonen magic. It works with a lot of series. It is what it is. Kaiju number 8 has a trope as well. So, anyways, episode starts with, we finding out that there's a guy who doesn't have magic and essentially is trying to be the best or rank up in the ranks by his swordmanship, right? We don't realize from the get-go that he's actually a pretty good swordman until the end of the series, of the episode. But he essentially goes to school, and he says it's like the norm. The teacher calls him out. Teacher brings him to the front. He asks him to do magic rituals, which obviously he can't. So then the teacher basically mocks him and makes an example of him in front of all the class, and basically lets everyone know that if you don't have magic and if you're not strong in magic, then you're worth nothing in this country, and so on and so forth. And the teacher is really much a butthead. I mean, he really is. And there's students that basically live through that energy as well. There's only one girl in particular who basically believes in him, or at least is still his friend, and she defends him outside from the bullies as well. They keep telling him that he should just drop out, that he is an embarrassment to the school, that he is basically an insult to the pride of the school, and so on and so forth. So we find out through the conversation between him and his friend that essentially he had a childhood friend. We get a little past flashback, and this childhood friend and him made a promise to basically be top of the ranks. That friend was a prodigy mage, and she became a mage and is now on top of the tower, and she's like #1, and he is not. So we find out that he has a professor who basically watches after him there in the school, and he tells him, hey, there's a monster in the level 6 dungeon. If you want to kill it, you'll get enough I guess he has to get enough like credits or whatever it is for him to be able to move on to the next grade and not be kicked out. So there's just enough from killing that monster to get enough credits. So he goes. One of the bullies overhears it, so he goes as well to basically get rid of the pest. And what ends up happening is that the bullies, 3 of them, they encounter this huge monster who's not supposed to be in level 6, but they encounter the monster and they get pretty much pummeled. The main bully being a noble, he's about to be almost killed, and our protagonist jumps in, and this is where we realize that he is very powerful. And we get a little bit of justice by the butthead teacher coming into the other teacher's office and saying, we're missing kids, they're probably in the dungeon. And he's like, oh, if they're in level 6, you know, my student's there. And he shows him a little live feed showing him that he's actually a very good fighter. And he's like, yeah, he's become very powerful with the sword, so powerful that magic doesn't really affect him that much. And the butthead teacher, instead of like going like, oh man, we can do something with him, he still basically is like so stuck to his ways. He basically storms out of the room saying stuff like, you know, it's not true, it's not gonna happen, like it's ridiculous that he would even think that he could be better than magic, so on and so forth. So he kind of leaves. He ends up killing the beast. It's a pretty good action scenes there if you're into those scenes. And then the episode ends with him getting enough credits, and pretty much we kind of know through the title, which is repeated there at the end, that he is part of the Wistoria wand, his childhood friend, and sword, which is him. So I guess both the warrior knight himself and the wand will join forces and show that you need not just magic, but also brute force to be able to defeat monsters, especially at that level. It's special. I think it's nice. I feel like if I watch this series, I will actually enjoy watching it. I don't think it's gonna do enough noise for it to be top 3 in people's lists, but I do feel like if you choose to watch it, especially if you're into those genres, you probably will enjoy it. So like I said, just give it a try. There's 3 episodes out. If you want to give it a try for 2 episodes or 1 episode, some people, and a lot of people that I know, give animes a try up to 3 episodes, and that's where they kind of figure out if they want to continue watching something or not. Personally, once I'm at 3 episodes, I'm pretty much committing to watching the series, because that's about a 4th most of the time, sometimes the 3rd of the entire series. So might as well finish it, right? If you're that far into. So that's just me. So go check it out. It is in Crunchyroll. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you haven't done so by now, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.